So like, because I noticed this new you, you're literally getting into your flexible era.
I've been in my flexible era.
No, this is a
It's a lifestyle.
this is a new you, Giselle. This is a new you that I've observed. I don't know, you might have been doing, maybe I didn't observe in the
Okay.
past, but now like you've been doing more um what's it called? Chinese bending? Is that what it's called?
Oh, the back band? Oh, I
Yeah.
do that. So I used to do that a lot more, but I just stopped doing it. I just did it out of nowhere, and I did not even stretch that day.
Oh
And I
my god.
literally, oh my god, you can see in
The
the
next
performance, I
day.
was like just walking around for like a minute because I was like, this fucking back hurts.
You did that in heels, Giselle. Like
I know. Yeah, I
there
just
are
gotta start
levels.
stretching, but yeah,
Like how do
yeah,
you prepare for it? How do you prepare for that? Like do you just, because I know some performers, right? They just go on stage and they can dance to any music. Or do
yeah.
you just go on stage and just do your thing, go with the flow
Well, I just like sometimes I like don't rehearse my numbers, but like
as a
I
pro?
obviously like stretch and stuff like right before I perform. But like when I'm like listening to it, like I like imagine what I'm going to do already. Like I have like the choreo in my head, and I just gotta do it on stage because sometimes I just don't have time to like rehearse. It's like a lot of work. Like I think the only time I've like I think there's been like a few times where I like rehearsed and then like sometimes also like when I do rehearse, it's like more stressful
Than
to
when you don't
like
rehearse.
perfect what I rehearsed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
instead of like having it in my head and then just like doing what I can do on stage and just like having fun and being present. You know what I mean? And like not thinking about it. Um, yeah, like just as long as you're having fun and like you're doing what you need to do, like the audience will like live. So
I mean, like it's Giselle, so they have no option.
yeah, and usually like it's like in the face too. Like I think that's what I like learned about Onika is that you gotta like if you're not like doing much, like you gotta like know the words and like emote. Like
Yeah.
if you're just walking
And
around,
when they
like
have that
looks give
vibrato, like
something.
vibrate your
Yeah,
lips and everything.
yeah.
Absolutely.
We
Live
Carly does
singing,
that.
Live
baby.
singing,
Live singing.
live singing.
So how do you evolve from the singer, this gentle singer, to like this Comcheller host?
Um,
Because there's no there's no show you watch Giselle that Giselle isn't wearing like a thong or something.
yeah.
So how did you evolve to that?
Like from a singer
And how
to
did you
like
start loving your body and everything?
like from what do you mean? Like from a singer to like being a drag queen that's like always naked?
If that's how you want to word it, but like,
Well, I think I just like have like such a I think I have like a lot of layers to my personality. Like I think I can be like very outgoing, but I can be like also very like shy and like insightful and whatever. Like that's why I liked singing because it was like quite the opposite of drag where it's like I guess it like both art forms are like give attention to me but like in different ways. Like singing gave me like a platform to like be vulnerable and like be emotional, I guess. But like drag is sort of like the ego. Like it makes me feel like fierce. You know what I mean? And it makes me like feel like a slut.
okay, yeah. And
But I guess like I don't know why I show body all the time, but I think it's just kind of to like
that's who you
be
are.
naked and like look like a woman, even though I'm not a woman. I
You
guess.
are a woman, bitch.
Well, in drag I am. No, she said I was trans.
Like you don't have to be trans, honey. Like you
Yeah.
are a woman.
So. Oh my god,
You ate that.
She said you don't need. She said you don't need estrogen, mama. Do you?
You ate that though.
Who knits it? I'm just
Yeah, that is so realness.
Gender is so fluid.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's why I love it. Like, I just like love that I can like be naked and like look like a completely
character
opposite
you set out
character
to be. Yeah.
if I'm like not wearing everything else that I'm wearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not wearing a wig or like makeup, I look like I look like a dude, a boy. You know what I mean? But
A boy.
a boy actually.
Honey.
But yeah, I think I just like love to explore like my body in that way. Like I am the canvas a bit.
I must say, like you're a great performer. That's all I can say because like no one does it like you. In terms of
Aw, thank
voguing,
you.
actually,
Sorry?
in terms of voguing, because when they say drag, like I know most of us just go out there to dance. To be honest, like I just go out there to show my talent.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
drag is more of your lip sync must be 100%. Your face must, because one thing I've learned about life is you can't really be 100% in everything, you know?
Absolutely.
So you need to learn where your strength is
Absolutely.
and go to
So true.
that direction, right? And one thing I've noticed about you is your power in voguing and like doing your thing is just next level.
Thank you.
You
It's
know?
alright.
It's fine.
Don't cry.
It's fine.
You know, and then because I've seen people who just come on stage, and to me, I feel like most people see drag as a school competition.
A what
Sorry.
competition?
Not a school
A
competition.
school competition? Well, it is.
Where to just go
And
on
I'm still, like,
stage.
It is, and we are the
and I
demons.
am the
Talent.
I am the principal. Dude.
Ready
No,
to school
not
the
too much.
children.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it's like a talent search or something, and I'm like, oh my god, but yeah, that is that. And back to you, Onika.
Y'all
I
are
know.
so messy. Like I really. Oh my god.
I think
Every
we gotta
time you
edit
can-
some of this
I
out.
was gonna say we gotta edit some of that.
I sometimes you say you can't dance, but I really don't see it.
Aw.
I agree.
I really don't see it because at the last let's go back to Coachella. Like Onika was killing it.
Aw, thank you.
Like from the twerking
And her
to the
365
head whip.
number, girl.
Not too much of the 365 number.
One thing I noticed observed about you is when when you're in drag, you're 100% focused. Like you don't smile too much. Like you're into
Yes.
it, which is good because then like you
I
can feel
am.
you're living in the moment.
Baby, my sister here can attest, and any person that I worked with can attest that like I am a professional. Like I will show up on time for the most part. And I will say hi to everybody, but after I say hi to everybody, more likely than not, my headphones will be on and I will be in the corner in the benches in the back like this, listening to my track. Like not that perfection isn't everything, but for me, I feel most confident when I feel like I'm striving for that. Like
Yeah.
that, like that's when I feel the most sickening. That's when I feel the most like myself. So in the back, and honestly, the entire show, I'm very focused on just trying to deliver my best for that moment.
It's-
And that entails like me trying to be a perfectionist at times. And of course, like sometimes it could be detrimental. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it can be really taxing, and then sometimes I forget to have fun. But I think as like my drag career evolves, I get to have a balance of both, like being really like it's still being a perfectionist, and at the same time like remembering to have fun, which I think our entire house has learned from Artasia.
Absolutely.
And also like the last the what's the name of the last show you
Transcendence.
so the second number you did, what was that about?
365. What was it about?
Because I was like, wait, hold up, like what is happening here? Like
Well, my first number was Free Woman by Lady Gaga, and so I was just a free lady dancing,
doing
feeling
your
her
doing your
oats,
Onika thing.
No. And for 365, I like it was in a for on my level, not like the most perfect look yet, but I wanted to really. I've loved that song for a while because I've always thought of doing like a robotic number to it from the moment I heard it and seeing the music video as well. And I thought I could like be portrayed as like how like trans women can be like robotic sometimes because it feels like there's a certain mold that we have to do and for us to be able to be trans.
Yeah.
Like you gotta get pumped, you gotta look a certain way, you gotta dress a certain way, and like that's just not the way it is.
Absolutely.
So that was kind of a mini tribute, and at the same time, like I just wanted to switch it up for the children. You know what I mean?
Trying to school them.
Okay, not too much. It was a mini lesson. It was a quiz.
It was a pop quiz.
It was a pop quiz. Nothing too much. I had so much fun though.
Because
So-
when I saw you, I thought you were trying to do Build a Bitch by is it by Bella? Da-da, build a bitch.
oh Bella Poach.
Oh,
Yeah, Bella. Yeah, that's what I thought you were because you came out with the pun. I was like, oh, okay. But then you really killed it. Like that performance
Thank
was
you.
next
I
level.
appreciate it.
So now, also on the live you were with on the live you were on with Emonia yesterday, you mentioned you like writing out your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So now this leads me back to your Instagram profile, your highlights, where you have different things from the tea to this to that.
Yes, ma'am.
So, it's no news that you have, according to what I read on your profile on your page, that you were being bullied, sort of like you felt you were being bullied, and because of you were getting booked.
Mhm.
If I read that correctly, can you elaborate more on that so I don't miss yarn?
Like
Ooh, the
I,
tea is
Right.
I was gonna
boiling.
say, well, I wouldn't say the word bullied. Like I think that's a really strong word. I think I
Yeah.
was getting like read multiple times for a while for like my first like few months and first few months of drag because I was getting booked a lot
And getting to
I
open for real
understand
girls.
like and I understand like why people would be upset because like in so many scenes you have to work your way up before
True. Not
you were
skipping
getting
the
the
line.
bookings that I was getting, and I'm very lucky to have people
No, you're blessed. Sorry.
like very blessed
Yeah.
to have people who believed in me from the start. And I think like I also want to give myself credit. Like I think I never let any of them down. Like if there's one thing about me, you can book me knowing damn well I will turn it out. Even on my worst day, I will still give you the absolute fantasy. Like and I think that like helped me continue getting like bookings, and I think being professional as well and being unique. But most importantly, like I will never let you down. Like
Yeah.
regardless of what happens. Like you can call me the night before, and if I'm free, I will probably take the booking as long as it's over $150. And maybe we gotta have booking fees. I can't leave
Right?
the house for free. Um
Would.
and and people were it would be like little comments, and
That you
it would
heard.
and I would like finish a show feeling so good about myself. Like I'm in my first year of drag. I feel like I'm killing it. I feel like I'm making myself proud. Like I feel like I'm making a lot of people proud. I feel like I'm meeting my expectations, and people would make little comments
Oh my
like
god, that would try to break you.
that would be like, oh, like people would say some. Oh my god, I remember this one person was just like, how is Onika booked so much and she's not even that good? And I'm like, and it like
Ooh.
it kind and it was
Bitches are
happening.
mad.
Hoes were mad,
And
and
they would
rightfully
stay
so. I would be
mad.
too if I saw myself.
Period.
But of course, when you're new to the scene, like you get triggered by a lot of things, and I still feel that sentiment some of these days. You know what I mean? Like I just wish like people weren't so, for the lack of a better word, like jealous and conniving at times, and just more like appreciative. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing about you like dragging someone down for being like booked because you're not, that's gonna get you even more booked. Like
Yeah.
let's just work on our craft, like I said in that post. Like let's invest in ourselves, like I'm investing on me.
Exactly.
And hope for the best.
So how's that affected you? Like, have you ever tried to turn down a gig because of those side talks and hearsays?
Oh, absolutely not. Like I told you from the start, I've always been my hero. I've always been my number one defense. Like I've always been able to fight for myself. um and it never, like it would put my spirit down, but it will never like permanently put me down. Like maybe like if anything, it gave me motivation to show them why I am getting booked. Like I remember at that time, right after everyone was saying this, I did a mix with Naomi Campbell as a monologue saying, "You are not
On
on
my
my level,
level.
Nicole. You will never be on my level." And so like that was a reference. I'm like, baby, do not compare
Yeah.
yourself to me. Like you know what I mean? Like so like that was kind of like my little bitchy tribute to people being like,
Oh,
oh,
you're not
this
good
and that
enough.
about
Yeah.
Onika. And I
Yeah.
was just like, we're very different people. Like we cannot even begin to compare ourselves. So like why do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember the first time I saw you, because then it was so hectic when I worked at the bar. And the first time I saw you, there was this new guy who just started working there. And he was like, "Oh my god, who's that?" And I'm like, "Who? I didn't see the person." It was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "Who are you talking about, right?" And then you walk past again. I was like, "Oh my god, well, she's a drag queen. I don't know who she is, right?" But then someone
You didn't
came.
know me?
Honey, I'm sorry.
I'm
You can't
kidding.
say the
No,
time.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
At the
Who
time I
doesn't
didn't-
know me?
Right.
I'm kidding.
We're gonna come back to
I'm kidding.
So at the time, yeah, because then I didn't really watch a lot of drag shows, right? I was
That's
just working at the bar, to make connections. I'm not allowed to say that, but it is what it is. So the guy was like, "Oh my god, I like her," and I'm like, In my head, I'm like, "Oh, I don't think she's on your level, but okay." You know, I hope it doesn't see this.
I also have a boyfriend of 3 years. I'm very happy. So
Oh my god,
no trade for me, but I'm very honored.
How
by-
come we haven't seen him?
My boyfriend has come
No
to
face, no
multiple
case.
shows.
Really?
Yes, he is very quiet, and he's
What does he look
painfully
like?
straight. Tall. He's very handsome. Would you agree that my man's very handsome?
He's I.
Oh,
No, he's very handsome.
he's very handsome. He's very
handsome.
sweet, and I think all my friends can attest that he loves me for everything for 3 years now before I even did drag. You know what I mean?
That is authentic because
He's
these
real.
days, like,
I'm very DL with this relationship. Like, I just don't like
Which is
people to be
good.
up in my
As it should.
business. You
As
know
it
what I
should.
mean?
that's a great idea, you know.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm happy for you
Oh, thank you.
because, like, I feel people prefer. Because there are times I've literally gone on dates with people, right? And if they don't see me in the drag form, they don't want to talk to me or they don't want to interview me. I'm like, honey, like, I'm getting paid to do these things. Like, you can't expect me to wear a wig all the time. I'm sorry. My hair.
A wig? This isn't your real hair?
No, not this hair. I mean a drag wig, not my hair.
Baby, this is growing out of your skull.
Yes, ma'am.
No, my God, bitch.
Oh
Not
my
too
God,
much. Not too much.
Flowers.
Right, and then it's really tough for most. I don't know. Just from my point of view, like it's really tough to find true love these days. People just want to have fun and everything. And I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people. Like I just get turned off. It's really from
Yeah.
straight people. Like once they see you, they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna use you to waste time." No, honey, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I don't know you. There was a time you posted something on your story regarding someone trying to mix Camille and Angel, and in my head, I'm like, how can someone make such a mistake? Because these are two different people, two different height, two different
Absolutely.
arts. So how on earth are you trying to compare these people or mixing them together?
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's because you're POC, so you can tell.
Right.
It's truly not that hard to
Yeah.
decipher, in my opinion. And I think Giselle and I both know that it was starting to bother them when people would refer to them incorrectly.
Mhm.
And in my entire career, people have been saying my name wrong and have been spelling it wrong. And I didn't think
What were they
Onika
saying?
Onika.
Onika?
Onika.
How does it
I've
make
been
sense?
introduced as Onika before. I've been introduced as Onika Xtravaganza before. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
what is this? And to me, like, as like a trans woman, like name has a lot
Matters,
of weight
yeah.
to it. Like, I think it's the most basic level of respect to get someone right. And God forbid you're hosting a show or you're in a show or you're working with someone, you better get that name right because that's one of the most basic things that you need to know. And it's not just like human dignity, it's also professionalism. Like you better know that damn name. You know what I mean? And nowadays I'll make it very clear how my name is pronounced if someone hasn't worked with me before. Going back to Camille and Divinity, I know it was bothering them, and I think they deserve respect. They deserve honor. Like
You work so hard.
their art is incredible. Like Divinity and Camille have only been doing this for a year and have been killing it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Killing it in the fucking
So
scene.
proud of our sisters. Shout out to our sisters.
Absolutely. And so put some respect on their names.
you better.
You know what I mean? And it was multiple people, and I'm just like, if I hear this once again, like I will clap back.
At school,
As I said in my post, my sisters are not those girls, but I am. Like
Yeah.
I will clock that to you because I'm not having it. Like I have dealt with it.
Was the person a performer?
It was just rarest people. So I think it was like I just wanted to say something, and I know it meant a lot for them for me to say something, even though they don't want no beef because they are very congenial divas, proper congenial divas.
Yes, ma'am.
But I needed to say something because I don't think it's okay, and I know that a lot of POC performers feel the same way as well.
So I know to this day there's something referred to as noise. So what are those noise?
Noise is just people that talk, but it can seem distracting sometimes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like I think now, not that 2 years has been a long time, but being 2 years into drag, like I've learned to really focus on like the people that appreciate my art. Like now I have no expectations of other people. Like I only focus my energy for the most part on people that truly love me and people that truly believe in me. Like my house, most especially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people that actually support me in my house. Like me, like Ammonia, like Gemma, LaDonna, like these dolls that actually like really buy our bullshit that like don't just like
Absolutely
say that they live for us. They actually like show up and be
Yeah.
there and show their support. You know what I mean? So Noise are those people that are just irrelevant and love to talk shit, but at the end of the day, don't really matter.
So I heard you had a beef with me, Onika, because I wanted to be.
Hmm?
I heard you had a beef with me because I wanted to be in the House of Art.
I'm dead, baby.
Baby, come join.
Baby, please. Baby,
It
please.
was Giselle.
Sorry.
It was Giselle who told me.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
when
my
did you say
god.
that?
You guys were fighting.
No,
The girls
she
are
was-
bickering.
No, she just said it. She was like, "Oh my god, Onika takes it seriously that you wanted to be there."
Oh, no. Oh, see, this is the thing.
It was
Like, just as I mentioned before, like, now that I focus a lot on, like, the people that matter to me, I'm very protective of my spaces. Like, not in, like, I am very protective of the energy of the people we surround ourselves with. So, like, I'm very selective when it comes to people that I, like, deal with. You know what I mean? Like, on a personal level. And so, like, I be just cutting up a bit. It's never that serious.
Okay, honey. I just wanted to clear the air. And what would you say is your favorite performance?
Of mine.
Yeah.
I would definitely say my favorite performance is my pageant to ELLE winners talent.
Oh, the one you wore the
Performance.
$6,000 dress.
Yes, but that was for the runway competition. But for my talent,
okay.
I did Heaven by Beyonce, and
Oh, nice.
I did a voiceover that I wrote myself as a dedication to the trans folks that passed away in 2022. It was my favorite performance ever. I know it had a lot of people crying. I felt
Oh
like
my
I was
God.
gonna cry even just rehearsing it. It's one of my proudest moments. It's not anywhere to be found because I asked people not to record it and to just take in every single minute of the performance and really immerse themselves in like the message I was trying to convey. My favorite performance today for sure.
So, what is your least favorite performance?
Bitch.
The one you're like, oh my god, do they need to delete this shit ASAP?
I don't fucking know. There's a couple of them. Listen.
Or should we ask the fans?
Let's ask the audience. I don't know. Maybe I would say.
Or should I help y'all? I know you made a post about the bowl game.
Oh, okay. There you go. That is the worst performance of me, Giselle, and
I
Artesia.
think that I would say mine.
I'm so happy.
I saw a clip.
I am so happy we help raise money for charity. But
What the fuck was that?
What was happening,
We were
child?
three brain cells on that fucking
I
field.
saw a clip of Artesia like falling face
Oh
front.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Icon.
what?
And she got up with a smile.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, I would have gone
Always
home.
with the smile.
I'm sorry, I don't have that patience.
That is definitely our collective. Each of us.
Yeah.
Was, girl, we were there for a good time.
You ready for this year's one? Really?
No, ma'am, we weren't allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for this year on?
Oh, I'm gonna look so much better this year.
I mean,
promise.
growth.
Oh my god.
That's the key word, growth.
Oh, it's not even that I didn't know how to paint then. It's that I started painting 20 minutes before the gig because I woke up so late. So I was literally doing my makeup at the venue, like fully.
Oh my
at,
God.
Like at the Remax field, being like.
You still look good though.
To my standards, it was giving
Low budget.
booger. I'm like, I was embarrassed by that mug, but we digress. On to bigger and better things.
So, what is your favorite performance, Giselle?
I think I would have to say
You have a lot to choose.
Exactly. You know when you're so good, like.
okay, like I don't know. I think top 3. I think I would say Haunted
Cleared.
or Crazy in Love
Cleared.
or Kiss It Better.
Yeah, that's how I knew you. Because I'm like, there was an Adele song you did where you had the white cruisers
Oh yeah,
and the
I
pace.
Miss You.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is this bit?
That
That's
one
when I
was
started
cute.
following you. Yeah.
That one was cute. I think I don't know what would be my least. I think it would be. Oh my god. I think it would be Coachella.
Really? Really?
Coachella when I did
Okay,
what the
I
fuck
know
is
it.
called?
I know it.
The pink outfit when I wore
You used
my
to know
ball
me.
was out. You
Now
used
you
to know me. Yeah, no, that was like the worst one. 'Cause I
Your
was-
hairpin came off, and I'm like, oh my god, a lot of things are happening right
and my
now.
tuck wasn't like I wasn't even tucked, but I performed it
Prison,
again.
honey.
And my stunts were not stunting, but it was fine. I would have to say that one because it was just like very messy.
But she redid it after like 2 weeks after her show.
Yeah,
And
for
it
the
was so good.
Slation Sensation show, and it
Okay.
was at 99.10, and I did it so much.
You
better 'cause
learn
I
that when
was
you're hosting
sober.
a show and you're having to change into outfits.
lot of anxiety
It's so
and
much
rush,
harder than
It's
you
yeah.
think it
it's
is.
crazy, yeah.
So like to the people that host their shows and do multiple changes, props to them.
Yeah.
What was the
Because it's so
experience
hard.
hosting? What was the experience like hosting for the first time? Was that the first time you hosted?
It was the first time. Well, yeah, like actual hosting. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. I feel like I should have drank less, but I literally had 2 shots, which is like not a lot, but for
Bitch,
my
I had gathered her like a
for my
ponytail.
yes, ma'am. But it was very fun. I had a lot of fun, and I had honestly, even though I hated that number, I still like lived for it. Because I had fun and I didn't really like care that much. And I'm like very proud of my family for like being in my
Yeah.
first show, and I just like I love that it was my family because I just like trusted everybody to do well. If it was anybody else, I would like have a bit of stress that like it wouldn't be like
Back and forth.
as good as I wanted, I guess. Is that like cocky to say about our family?
No,
But yeah, it was very good. I loved it, and I love that it was like I love that House of Art has like a fan base a bit in Edmonton that it
Yeah.
was like fully booked, and it was fully
And I
booked.
think that has really helped you all, right?
Mhm.
As being a group,
Absolutely.
because I feel like united and together we move and grow faster. Unlike when we're just single.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's
And
that.
I think like our house is very lucky to like not just be together as a collective artist. Like we have
But as a
such
family.
like
We have such
family.
different
Like we
drag.
don't take family like lightly.
Joke,
like we
yeah.
truly are family.
Yeah. We literally like every fucking gig we have like, and we all are there in the audience, or like someone's performing. Like we love to go to like dinner right after and just like cut up. Like it's like tradition.
And to
And-
just go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, baby.
You can go ahead. You have to guess.
Y'all are so Canadian.
I know. It's funny that it just ended up happening to be that it's called the House of Art because of Artesia's name. But our
Oh.
house, we do it for the art.
Yeah.
Like people must think that we are so rich from all our sold out shows. Baby, no. Like
The corset
not the
alone is
case.
not even.
like, and it's not even a brag. Like we truly like. Me and Giselle talk about this often. Like, why do we do this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it hurts your body. Like I told you this morning, I'm like I can't even put drag on right now because of my hairline from last night
Yeah.
because of the spirit gum.
And I showed her
Oh
like
my
my
God.
scars from like my corset on my
Yeah,
leg.
that shit is crazy.
Like it takes a toll on so
Yeah.
many aspects of your life. But our house, like I think what we share collectively is like we truly do it for the art. Like
yeah.
we love to do it. We will spend every single dollar we make in drag and outside of drag, like to just like invest in our art.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not hoping to get anything back, but just like appreciation.
Yeah. It's because we care about it
It's
and we love it.
we do
I
it for
had-
the art.
I
do it
heard
for the
people.
art.
I heard people take bank loans to fund
Oh, that's crazy.
Bank loans. Who's getting bank
to
loans?
to fund their drag.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bank loan.
See, I'd be crazy about my drag, but not that much.
Not that much. She was doing that
Not
at
that much. Not that
That
much.
is not me.
It's hilarious because like I feel personally like the times I like ask myself, like you said, like why are we even doing this? I ask myself like why am I doing this? Like okay, now I've gotten this 1 gig or 2 gigs. I've done my thing, and no one cares about me anymore. So what exactly is my goal, right? Although I know my goal for where I'm going into drag, because I feel like I don't know if I should say right now or should wait for someone. I'm looking for a host, so it has to be one of you guys, one of you two, to be my host. To
For
be my
what?
host when I be the guest on the show.
What show?
The show.
So
I'd
it's
love
like
to
a
be,
one-woman show, and we're like hosting.
yeah, hosting me.
Oh.
So
Okay.
either one of you, so I will let you know who it is.
Okay.
Maybe I have to admit that I'm gonna have to decline this booking as I only host twice a year.
Okay, honey.
It's,
I know-
It's I think hosting is sometimes fun, but it's so stressful for
It
me.
is so stressful. I
Like,
agree.
And just always
when you
distracted.
when you
be
said
drunk hosting, girl.
and when you said like, oh, Onika, you're gonna win the slaughter for best host next year, bitch, I was gagged because I don't consider myself like an incredible host whatsoever. Like, in fact, I get a lot of like feedback that I'm like very quick. Like, I don't really take time to host because I just like I don't get the most fulfillment from necessarily like talking to the mic and saying jokes. Like, yeah, I can tell a joke or two and like keep like the show pushing, but for the most part, I just want you guys to like see the excellence of my show and
Yeah.
not really like cut up on the mic like that, you know?
But I feel like you're more interactive with your audience actually. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks. I appreciate that.
From last night, yes.
and I remember the first time I met. I don't know if it's the first time I met you, but you told me when we had a show like my debut.
Yes, 99
But I don't know if that's when we. I don't know if that was when you told me that the first time we met, I was being a bit.
Well, I didn't say that. I think I thought you had a stank ass face when you were at the door.
I'm sorry.
No, but I just like moved along and I was like, she's probably just having a bad day. She's
Oh my
new,
God.
and like she's probably had like people being rude to her all day.
You're not the
So I
first
was
queen
just
telling
like,
me that. Like a lot of people have told me, like, "Oh my God, you were being mean
Maybe
to me."
embrace the resting bitch face because
Right?
I think I got the worst one. I got the worst one, and guess what? At this point, I'm not fighting it back anymore. So I have a resting bitch face to be it.
fully.
So don't be apologetic.
Right, I'm just because that was one of the reasons why I stopped working there. Because I'm like, if I keep working here, it's gonna create a lot of help me get a lot of enemies. Because like then I was always quick to retaliate, you know,
As you
and
should.
I didn't even say anything. Like just my bitch face alone literally just make people go off, and I'm like, is it because I'm black? Is like you all don't get to see what
Of course, a
faces
lot
all
of
the
things. It'll always like there will be so many times in our lives where it'll be racially motivated. And
Yeah.
they wouldn't even know that. That's why
Yeah.
it's called a microaggression. They'll never know that, and like sometimes we will miss that. We won't even realize that that's why it is.
Yeah.
But that's a fact. You're valid in that feeling, and
Yeah.
a lot of us have felt that.
Just one lady just walked in. I was like, oh my God, you look so angry, and I'm like,
Oh wow. Bitch.
Lord help me, you know.
What?
And it was a nice time back then because I made a lot of connection, and yeah, it is what it is. We have come towards the end of the show,
It
so
went by so fast.
Sad.
okay. Are there other things you want to say?
Not much. Please don't get us canceled. We were just we were just cutting up.
We were just cutting up.
Isn't you know what it never was?
That's
serious.
serious.
It
Serious,
ain't that
girl.
serious,
Relax.
girl.
The class is
Relax.
over.
It's never that serious.
So, do you have any upcoming shows, Anika? And where can we find you on Instagram?
I'm opening for Lemon this weekend. I'm very excited. I am
Let me
doing
pull up my gigs.
I was gonna say, let me pull up my.
Let me pull up
What
my
time is
gigs.
it? I have
Okay,
a
so I'm
date at
okay.
8.
Me first, actually. So I'm opening for Lemon this Friday, and then I'm doing Fruit Loop at Starlight this Saturday, and then next week I'll have a Chartier brunch at Boma, and then
What day?
June. When is the 17th?
Say the date challenge.
Friday, June 17th, and then the baseball game. Or no, there's a Pride Boat Parade or whatever on June 23rd, and then the baseball game.
I
sometime.
have Lemon this.
You have a boat party.
That's what I said.
Okay.
June 9th, I am opening for Lemon with my sister Giselle.
Taking all our gigs.
June 17th, me and Giselle will be at Black Fly's Pride Barbecue at Black Dog. On June 24th, Giselle and I as well will be at the Drag Me Out to the Ball game at the Remax Field. And on June 25th, I am doing the Icons Brunch at Spotlight Cabaret featuring Lady Boom Boom from Canada's Drag Race.
Ooh, we have.
Yeah.
You like this on the mic?
I'm done.
Back to my channel.
Where can we find you on Instagram and other social handles?
So my Instagram is okay.
Go, please.
So my Instagram is the body of JIZZ. That's it.
Do you have any other Aside from Facebook,
So
please.
my OnlyFans.
Y'all better go subscribe.
No.
$20.
Yes, ma'am. I better get that big. That's the only one I really care about. And my link tree is on there, so like all my Twitter and stuff is linked on there. So yeah.
You could find me at Onika.Xtravaganza on Instagram. And if you want to learn how to do drag, you can. Please go to www.onikaextravaganza. I'm kidding.
You can start a masterclass, honey. You can start with your face, make money.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll teach y'all how to do a split.
Exactly.
Slam 6,000.
Because there was a day I saw Giselle like do the split. You know what? When I see people do things like Giselle,
Oh, baby, when I start doing splits, it's over for y'all.
Oh, right.
Oh, baby, it's
Yeah.
over for y'all.
It's over.
get ready to be schooled.
Right. And then I'll start doing ballads.
Ooh. It won't be over for y'all.
I know there was a time you tried to match Onika when you did like Onika's type of makeup, the
That's right.
gown and everything.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Oh, like when I did it myself, or when she did it me? When she did her makeup on me.
Oh, did she ever do makeup in you?
I think
Yeah.
they're referring to when
The
you do
green
yours.
gown.
Oh, the
Yeah.
yellow. Oh, it
yellow
was
gown,
it was
sorry.
camp. I think I might do it again sometime in the next year.
What was that like for
a
you?
show. It was fun. I hated it though. I hated looking like I was 40 years old.
Oh, my favorite thing in drag.
It's her
Looking
favorite
old.
thing. I love to look like I'm like my age.
Oh, I want to look like I'm somebody's mama.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Somebody's grandma.
Somebody's grandma.
You don't look it in those gloves and those
Thank you,
gowns.
baby.
but you look
I
good.
do not take offense to looking older.
Yes, ma'am. I do think though that in the yellow gown she looked the youngest in her whole life. In her whole
It was
career.
next level, like the
Thank
bow
you.
at
She
the
looked
back. The
so
arm.
young. I think
It
it's
was
the yellow.
given.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Anyways, Gabii,
Anyways, we
thank
were
you for
supposed to
having
end
us.
us.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Finally.
Of course.
Sorry it took a while to get us here.
Yes,
Really busy, but I hope you had a fun time cutting up with us.
I mean, I did. They better get ready for the teasers.
Not too much. We were congenial.
Yes,
we were not that messy.
Not messy at all.
Yeah, you
Just
were
a bit.
messy.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
If it was singular, it would have been more messier.
Oh.
Yeah, because she wouldn't stop me.
Good job.
Anywho, thank you so much once again, and have a wonderful evening.
Yes.
Bye.
Oh my god, this shit is not stopping.